kind of amazing, huh? First round was over, just like that, and we weren't. But you know what? Might as well start getting excited right now. This time next year, we will finally be involved, unless the 49ers do something crazy between now and then. Like, 49ers have traded the first round pick for who? Niners? Why? Oh. Okay, I don't think so. Not this time. So, tonight, real quick, we'll just go to the phone. Your response and some of the feelings you might have. A lot of offensive tackles that we wish we had gone. Like somebody said, the Eagles they killed it. Well, edge, edge, edge. Was that the commodity last night? I mean tonight, because nobody said they talked about the tight end class. Nothing. They didn't say anything about the offensive line. There wasn't a lot said about the edge rushers. Pop said there was. I thought it was all about the tight ends. I thought maybe cornerbacks. Offensive tackles were dominating early, and then the defensive lineman just took over. Oh, what? Wide receivers. Who's seen that coming? But the tight ends are waiting for tomorrow? This is not the first time that's happened, though. There's been times when classes were over top heavy on corners, and they didn't go until day two. As was recently last year before last. What year did Sauce go in? Wasn't he the first? Anyway, your video tonight, since it's getting a little late, get in here and get chill. It's chill. Phil. Hey, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, you checked out the draft. What are you thinking? What's left for us?
Hey, Ronbo.
I can hear you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Phil. Are you in the same place as usual? Do we have a delay?
Well, I'm here. I can hear you. Can you
Okay,
hear
good.
me?
Yeah, Phil. I can hear you. Because I was concerned about what are you thinking about the draft? Did anybody get good enough to beat us?
Who? Well, I mean,
I like that answer.
Philly filled their holes. I mean, they lost Hargrave. They got Carter.
Yes.
But Carter's not as good as Hargrave. Hargrave's
No.
a pro.
Not yet.
So.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, these. The other thing is, you got to think that about 30% of these kids that are drafted in the first round
are going to fail.
Are going to fail. It's almost, you can bet money on it that a good portion of these kids don't pan out.
Bigger percentage of that too, Phil. I remember reading that stat a while back. It's more than 30%.
Yeah, I just threw that number out because that's from recollection, that's kind of what it hits. But so yeah, and then I watched what Seattle got. They got a corner, and I'm surprised they didn't go for Carter, the defensive lineman, because that's one of their weaknesses.
Everybody in chat was saying that as well. Yeah.
So they got a corner, but they had a corner, a pretty good corner last year that.
He's still there too. That rookie?
Yeah.
That runs like a bullet? Yeah.
But, they're stuck with their quarterback for the next 2 years.
But, Phil, this is the Hawks. They're going to try to beat us with that secondary, and the frontline defensive pass rush is going to have to get it done because we're not going to have the outlets. But, Phil.
Well, they don't have anybody to pass rush. That's the problem. They have no edge. They signed a defensive tackle during the off season, but he certainly wasn't as good as Hargrave.
Yeah,
and they got some defensive backs, but that ain't going to get it done because any good quarterback with time, and especially with the Niners offense, we get separation with Debo and Kittle and Ayuk.
Mm-hmm.
We'll tear them apart, no matter who they got in the defense.
And Jawan Jennings. And plus, we want to run the ball. If you're looking for the 49ers to start bombing you, and a lot of teams are seemingly thinking that way, they want to make sure they can help against the pass. But, Phil, you and I both know to stop the pass, you have got to have a pass rush.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why all these teams are picking edge rushers.
Lots.
The Raiders picked an edge rusher with, they got Crosby and what's his name from Arizona.
I saw that. I says, the Raiders, they were.
They said, we can't beat them with Garoppolo against Mahomes. We've got to be able to tackle Mahomes. That's basically the way the Raiders are looking at it.
And the Raiders' defense was pretty weak last year, really weak. I mean, Carr wasn't all that bad, but it was a shootout almost every week.
Yeah. But no, it's interesting to see what's going on, and it's like sitting there at Christmas and all your siblings are opening presents and you got nothing to open.
I know. That's a great analogy. That was killing me, especially to see some of the talents that went, and they only took 32 people, but still, 31 people.
Day 2, day 3, we're going to have a lot of picks.
I know.
11 picks is a lot. So we'll be active. We'll get some guys. And the other thing is the tight ends seem to slide, which...
Right. And that's what we want.
Win.
Yes. Kincaid.
So there may be some really good tight ends.
All of them, except for Kincaid. There was one. That's it.
So, I'm thinking the guy from Iowa or possibly
Shoemaker.
I think the guy from Michigan is going to be there.
That's Shoemaker.
He's
getting a lot of love. Yeah.
I think we draft 2 tight ends, honestly, Ronbo.
Yeah.
The days of Twilly are fading fast. So.
Yeah.
We got Warner and Twilly. Yeah,
Croft, he's so bad he got cut. Yeah. Or just didn't get re-signed.
So what we need is a tight end that can match up with George.
Yeah, and make it really tough for defenses.
Tight ends that have pass catching ability and blocking ability. So anyway, it's just. But I knew Trey Lance wasn't going to be traded.
Oh, you and me both.
You know why?
Why?
You know why?
Why?
Because if we do a trade, Trey Lance would have to go through a physical with the other team before the trade is consummated.
So
and you would know immediately if another team is doing a physical on Trey Lance, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, and that would have been done before draft night. Exactly.
Exactly. It had to be done before the pick. So, and then it takes time for Trey to fly out to the team, meet with the doctors, get the physical done, get approval.
Also, Phil, we cannot afford to lose a quarterback right now. We don't know how long Brock's going to be. Maybe week 1, but maybe not. And in Sam Darnold, he's got to come in and learn things.
Pretty good on the high fives at the Giants game.
No, I don't suspect it's going to be that long, even if he doesn't come back in week 1. But what I'm saying is, you've got a guy that knows the offense and Craig, so you need to keep him. Sam, we actually need another guy. We need 4
quarterbacks. But I think also the quarterbacks slip too. I mean, other than the 2 top quarterbacks that went, 3.
Yeah, Hainer.
There's only 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, Hainer's out there. Will Levi, who's pissed off. He's Levis or whatever they pronounce his name.
I think the kid from UCLA might be there by the time we draft.
And the 49ers knew it. I forgot about him. Dory.
So, I could see us getting, like that what was it, Friedman guy from BYU, offensive lineman, maybe getting a tight end in the third.
No, maybe
getting a quarterback.
You're getting a tight end, Phil.
Instead of our annual running back pick in the 3rd round, maybe we get a quarterback in the 3rd round. So
they better not pick a running back in that 3rd round. You got 3 third-round picks. That's the top of your draft. For God's sakes, you're not taking a running back.
And then you've got McCaffrey. who you've traded the farm for. So, you know,
And
I think
we
we're
still
good
got
at running
Mason.
back.
We've got the other guy we got last year, running backs. If you want to pick up a running back, pick him up in the 6th or 7th round. Do not
You know where
use
we're
that
going to
third
pick
round
up
pick.
running backs is undrafted free agents,
And then there's that.
like we did Mostert, like we did, you know.
The kid that's over with the Jaguars,
Who
we
was the other
developed
running
him and he
back
got a
that we
job.
had?
Yeah.
Cheetah. Who was the other running back that we had?
You mean Matty B?
Matty. Yeah, he was undrafted. So
Yeah. So you know, but Kyle's
and then
got a thing
the
about
people
wide
that are
receivers
concerned-
and running backs. And we're get Phil, you're going to get a wide receiver and you're going to get a running back. I don't know what order and what draft round, but you're going to get one. You're going to get both of those.
I don't know about wide receiver either.
It's
Because,
going to
you
happen.
know, people don't realize that Jawan Jennings, we still got control of him for another year if we put like a second-round tender on him because he was undrafted.
See, that makes
So
sense.
he was unrestricted this year, and then next year we can put a second-round tender on him and keep him another year.
Which would be
And
cool,
he
but
can't.
still.
He can't go. He's not a free agent. So we've got control over Jennings.
You
for
feel
at least another
Kyle's
year.
got a fetish when it comes to wide receivers and running backs. So he's going to get one. I don't know. He's only got one pick in the one of the 5th round picks is going to be a wide receiver, and the other one's going to be a running back. I think how many 5th round picks we got? 3, 4, 5? That's the most we have, I think.
Fifth, we got 3. We got 3 fifths. We got 3 thirds.
A 6th
We've
and
got
a 7th.
a 6th and 4 7ths.
4 7s. Okay, so 7th round running back.
Yeah,
because you don't need it.
7th round running back, 7th round wide receiver.
No, he'll be
just
too
to
bad.
bring him in camp, control him for over the preseason, and then you cut him, and then you put him on the practice squad right before.
And keep training him. Yeah, well, yeah, there's that.
Well, that's what you do.
That's just a trend.
So
That's what they
anyway,
usually do.
But I think we probably draft a kicker too. I'm not.
I forgot about that.
In the 7th round, but
You've only got one 6th round pick, right?
Pick up a kicker.
Yeah, you use that. You only got one 6th round pick. Don't take a chance. If what's his name is there, use that 6th round pick.
I'd go in the 7th. There's going to be plenty of kickers in the 7th round.
Because nobody's drafting.
Competition.
Yeah. Nobody
The guy
believes
we
in
got from
kickers.
Carolina.
I like kickers. And Robbie, we might call his bluff. We draft a kicker, and Robbie comes in. Okay, guys. All right, fine. I get it. You're not interested. Okay, I'll take the price.
Well, if we draft a kicker, it's over for Robbie at that point.
Robbie!
I think Robbie's just going to wait until some kicker goes down, and then he has to come in.
We're gonna go.
We're
gonna. Our days tomorrow, Phil. I'll be looking for you. It should be fun. Unlike today, watching the rest of the kids open up presents the weekend.
Yeah, at least we get some picks. We'll get to talk about some players. So anyway.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
All right, Ronbo.
Thanks, Phil. Appreciate you getting in here.
Take care. All right.
Bye for now.
Bye.
And let's get Jalen in here since his favorite guys are hanging out. He can address them. Hey, Jalen.
Cardinals, y'all are relevant. Rams, y'all some bums. Seahawks ain't won a ring in 10 years. I know that can't be fun.
Well, Jalen, the Hawks actually did what I thought was a decent draft. The Cardinals only had one pick, and they used that. What did they use that on? I remember I was impressed. Oh, an offensive lineman, a tackle. And the Rams don't have anything. They don't have anything today, and they won't have anything tomorrow. I think they got a 2nd round pick for Buff. Rams, you're so done. Jalen, what did you think though about the draft? I mean, did you see anybody go in the draft that made you mad?
Yeah, Anthony Richardson at 4.
You like Anthony?
No.
I said
Ronbo.
Anybody you wanted to see.
Oh my God.
No, Anthony Richardson is that
was the biggest reach that's the biggest reach of the draft so far, Ronbo.
And everybody says so. You know where he's going though. The coach used to work with Hurts. That's Jalen's old coach. So he probably thinks I can turn Anthony Richards into Jalen Hurts. Okay, go ahead, get him. We're waiting. I can't wait to see how this works out.
Yeah, Rumble. I don't think it will. I mean, the Colts ain't that. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say because that division is hard to say because we know the Texans ain't gonna do shit, and the Titans they rebuilding. So I
Yeah.
mean, he can make some noise within the division. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to see. Just because that division is god awful. I mention it all the time. The AFC
Mm-hmm.
South. I mean, that division is
They've been a cartoon for a long
yeah,
time.
yeah. It's a dog and pony show there.
Jalen, look out for the
But
Texans though.
it's
Another year or
I was
so.
not expecting that. I was not expecting that third overall pick. I wasn't expecting them to trade for that third overall pick.
You knew they were going for something though.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah. So the Texans, we'll see. But Bryce, little bitty Bryce, number one.
Ronbo. Oh my lord. Hey, what? I'm. You think he gonna survive in Carolina?
That's where quarterbacks go to die. Uh, he'll be hurt. I mean, I don't want to wish that on him. I like Bryce, but I mean, the thing is, man,
You gotta be realistic, Ronbo. You gotta
yeah,
be real realistic.
he gonna get wiped out.
You gotta be realistic because he ain't. Is he bigger than Tua?
I don't think so. If
And
anything, they're the same size.
is he more athletic than Kyler Murray?
Hell, not even close.
So if he's smaller than Tua and he's less athletic than Kyler Murray, Ronbo, he's not gonna survive.
Dead man walking. You know what though? Panthers ain't through with the draft yet. They need. Wow, I don't know what you can do.
I can't, Ronbo. Could you just imagine Micah Parsons coming unblocked, boom, right in
Ooh,
his rib?
or Nick escapes and got through there. You know what though about Nick? Interestingly enough, you never see Nick really hurt anybody.
Yeah, he doesn't. He wrap you up. He go down low because his arms are short, so he gotta like go down low.
Yeah. It seems like his mentality is not to kill the quarterback, just get him down.
Yeah,
But you're right. Micah
Ronbo.
Parsons, he'll look to hurt him.
I wouldn't be. I thought that the Commanders were gonna try to shop Chase Young.
Already started, from what I understand. They're not picking up his fifth-year option. I thought they were
I
going to
think
try
it's because that
to.
ACL.
Yeah, he's not exactly what he used to be. Papa Dragon pointed out some efficiency points on him, and he was really low on the mark. He's just not what he used to be. That injury is worse than people know.
Yeah, yeah, that the ACL. Like, it might be similar to what happened with Jared McKinnon. How he needed like 3 years to heal completely from it.
Yeah. Which should make you worry, Jaden, because Lynch will go get him and let him heal up.
Oh yeah,
2
they
years.
ain't gonna let somebody. Yeah, they'll let somebody sit on the bench hurt for about 3 years. Anybody healthy to
Pass.
yeah, anybody healthy though pass. It's crazy. I
But Jaden, think
saw
about it for a second though. You ain't got to pay. Chase comes in next year, and Chase, listen, he's gonna be the same guy that what's that cornerback we had, Pro Bowler, but could not stay healthy. Chase, listen, I'm gonna give you a contract. It's gonna be a proven contract. I'm gonna give you $2 million to
Jason
start with. You get an
Barrett.
incentive. Yeah, Barrett. I'm gonna give you an incentive package. Here's let me slide that toward you. Listen, if you can achieve this goal, you'll be getting paid in excess of $15 million. But this has got to be done. Is that fair? He'll have to say yeah.
Yeah. But Rombo, I told you, I think we need to go ahead and try to trade Eric Armstead while
You
he's
might.
still a little bit younger. I think we need to do it at least a third rounder. At least try to get a third or fourth round pick.
In that plantar fence, what is it? Whatever that is, plantar fence. I never could pronounce that word. Anyway, that's a reoccurring condition that could take him out for 2 or 3 games. Any given moment, he could be out.
Yeah.
So,
and we got Hargridge. We got Hargridge under contract, so it ain't like we don't have a replacement.
Yeah, but you need another guy in there. Because Javon Kinlaw's not going to get it. Well, he might, but you need another guy in there, another tackle. So I don't
Oh
know.
my goodness, Rombo, Javon Kinlaw, that man, Rombo, golly. This
We need
really it's so many things that I could say about Kyle. Like Rombo, if we should have
Forsythus.
kept
Thanks
Buckner.
for
I
that.
don't care how much money he wanted. I don't care how much money Buckner wanted. We should have kept him because now Armstead can't stay healthy and Javon is a bust. And all of this could have been prevented if DeForest Buckner was still on the team.
Uh, you know, they have a chance, and like Pop said, I kind of know what he's talking about. They might go for a defensive lineman tomorrow with one of those three third round picks.
Rombo, we can't keep sitting these picks, Rombo. Like which of our picks last year got playing time? We
Well,
can't keep sitting these young guys. We
you got
cannot
to
keep sitting
plan.
them.
Well, because the thing is, that makes the guys that you want to get rid of, you can get rid of them now. If you want to get rid of Armstead, you can't get rid of him now, Jalen, because you got to use him. So if you get a kid in there now that can replace Armstead, now you can work out something and get rid of Armstead next year. Because Drake Jackson is supposed to look a lot better. If Drake comes in looking like, Coach, I'm tired. No, Drake, we're in week 6. Get your ass out there or pick up your check. You got to plan. And that's got to be the way it's got to be done. You can't get rid of things until you get something to replace it.
Yeah, Rombo. And something caught my attention the other day, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure my time almost up, but the Rams, right? I love brothers, baby brothers, love them to death. Not
Inglewood
really, but
folks. Yeah.
didn't they? Kurt Warner won his ring back in 2000, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't win another one until
Wait, no,
2022,
yeah,
correct?
2000. Yeah, that's right, 2000. That's right.
He didn't
No,
win. They didn't win another one until 2022, correct?
and they're talking like they've been dominating the entire NFC West.
So it took them 20 years and moving to a completely different city to win another ring.
Yeah, chest
Okay.
pounding,
All right, Rombo.
talking
Rombo, hey,
trash.
I'm gonna leave
You
on that,
ready?
Rombo. I'm gonna leave on
And
that.
I
I'm
love
gonna
it
leave on
too.
that.
Niners!
20 years and moving to a whole nother city, throwing all your cards on the table for just one ring. Yeah, I'm gonna leave on that.
Jalen always love it. We'll see you tomorrow, fam. Beneficitis, that's not something that goes back and forth. Didn't Eric get over that once and it flared up again? Or is that all considered the same thing? I've known people that had that plantar fasciitis before. I don't remember him just shedding it and never coming back. Hey, Bill.
Yeah, I watched it. I was worried about them trading Trey.
Why?
Didn't want them to do so. That's the only thing that got my concern through the
Bill,
whole
you
draft.
know why you need to be concerned about that? Nobody is going to give the 49ers anything for Trey. He's not done anything to give him anything for.
know. I thought that one moment when Minnesota was on the board, they were going to give up their first round for Trey Lance.
Oh,
They were waiting
Bill,
awfully too
no,
long.
that was never going to happen.
I didn't know. I'm glad it wasn't going to happen, but for a minute my heart started to pound, and they were waiting a little too long because I know how Kyle loves Kirk Cousins and how Kyle is so in love with his beloved Kirk Cousins. He would have traded Trey for Kirk Cousins.
I see what
and
you're saying.
got the first round.
Okay, you know what? That may have been possible. I didn't think about the. I didn't think about the Cousins possibility.
Yeah, you forgot about Kirk Cousins, didn't you?
So you give him Trey and next year's first, and I'm sure they would have thought about that.
No, I think they were trying to trade up to the first. I think they were asking a lot for Trey if they were. I really believe. I started pounding for a minute.
Cousins has been. They won 10 in a row last year. I don't know. I don't understand the Vikings.
What has Kirk Cousins done for Minnesota?
Take all their
money. That question?
Take all their money. Blank check.
He ain't won. Has he been to the NFC Championship with Minnesota?
Been to one round in the playoffs, and we took him out.
But exactly. So he ain't done nothing for Minnesota. So, with all due respect, they could be asking for a first for Kirk Cousins.
You figure they'd try, especially since Kyle. And they know Kyle's. They know Kyle's vulnerable, Bill. They know how he feels about Kirk.
Yeah, he feels about Kurt, but we also got Lynch there to say, "Nah,
To
man,
stop
we're
him,
not
yes.
giving it the farm for Kurt.
And Jed York will probably say something too.
This is a Star Trek. They ain't no Scotty. They ain't no beam me up Scotty in this."
Yeah. So I don't know. That maybe I just can't imagine that though, because the quarterbacks in this draft, where would you have ranked Trey?
Well, Trey, I mean, he got injured, but I think the kid's got potential, man.
You
I
know,
think he's got potential. I think he's going to be outstanding. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. And, people can laugh at this. He's worth at least about 3 or 4 first rounds.
okay.
Give or take. I mean, you'll see. You'll see
But no,
when he shines.
I'm not arguing that point. I'm looking at the quarterbacks that went today. That's why I was wondering where you'd rank Trey if he was healthy with Bryce and Richardson and CJ.
He's the first.
Okay. In that case,
I give him the first. Yeah.
he would be worth at least a second round pick just because of sight unseen as far as just not enough sample size.
We'll be robbing ourselves. We take a second round, we'll be robbing ourselves, and you'll be looking back and saying, "I'm right." Don't do that. Kid is really intelligent and smart, athletic. He's a bookworm. He's really good. I mean, give him some time. We can't help injuries. I mean, we always got mad about people dogging Jimmy when he got injured.
Every single
And
time.
what about Joe Montana?
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to Joe Montana when he got injured.
No,
Is he a bust?
quarterbacks get hurt. This is what if you don't like the guy in the first place, yeah, you're gonna overdo it with, "Oh, he sucks. He's always hurt." When you hear that, that person definitely doesn't like that quarterback, and whether he gets hurt or not is irrelevant. He's just glad to see him hurt, and he wants you to know it's time to get rid of him. So you're right. If the quarterback is liked, you'll give him all the time he needs to recover. But if you don't like him, he's always hurt. Could have been the first time he got hurt. So yeah.
We get some good receivers and cornerbacks and some tackles. We'll be okay, man. I just hope he don't on the first pick a quarterback. Kyle. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I already knew the first pick was going to be a QB. I already knew it was going to be a QB.
No, every
off
year.
the board.
Yeah, that shouldn't be. Some of those people drafted traded up. You got to get a quarterback.
Right. I already know. And Kyle, I think his first pick is going to be a QB. It better not be a QB.
No,
I'll be
tomorrow?
happy when it's not.
Oh, Bill. No. We're not picking a QB tomorrow. Maybe, day 3 maybe.
That's fine, but we better not pick a QB on the first pick.
I can any amount of. That's not going to happen. Bill, if it does, we will mail you a check of whatever amount you want. Making that kind of claim, I can't keep it. That's how confident I am on that.
I want to talk to Kyle. That's who I want to talk to. Who does that.
They're not getting a quarterback with those first 3 third-round picks, unless Will Levis is there. I shouldn't laugh. That poor guy. He's got a toe problem, from what Pop was saying, and everybody knows about it, and that's why he went the whole first round without getting picked, all dressed up and ready to go. I'm showing up here tonight in the first round because I'm figuring I'm going to leave, and no, I'm not. Oh. He'll be sitting in the green room tomorrow. Is that what they call it? They call it the green room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They better he better pick something other than that, like a tackle, a wide receiver. And no, running backs, we're good on running backs. We can get those on restricted free agents. We don't need to get a running back.
You're going to get one tomorrow.
I mean, come on.
No, okay, you're going to get one on day 3. You're going to get a running back and possibly a wide receiver tomorrow, or tight end. Tight end, I have no problem with.
Concentrate on the tackles and the guards, man. That's what we need to concentrate. Protect the quarterback. That's why we had Purdy go out, because nobody can protect the quarterback.
You know what, though? You're right. Your defensive lineman you're probably going to get tomorrow, and maybe an offensive lineman and a tackle. I mean, offensive lineman and a tight end.
So how would you feel if that was the case? We did get that. Would you feel happy, or?
Tight end, offensive lineman, defensive lineman. I would understand it. Yeah, I got to be happy with that. Bill, we don't have a lot of extreme needs. So that if they get that, that would be addressing, like you mentioned, the defensive line. We lost Amanahu and Ebukam. And like Jalen just mentioned earlier too, that defensive line's got to stay tough. Everybody tried to improve. Did you see what happened tonight? All the defensive edges that came in, got drafted. It was insane. They went to the bottom of the draft getting DEs.
I think they're going to trade one player possibly tomorrow, and I could see him being traded, and that's Greenlaw.
No. Why?
I think it's Drew Greenlaw. Is that the one that has kids?
No. But wait. Okay, aside from that, why would you think Drake Greenlaw will be up for sale tomorrow?
He's hurt a lot. I mean,
No, Greenlaw played all year last year. He had that 1 year before last.
How good was his performance?
Damn good. Greenlaw was should have been a Pro Bowler last year. You got it mixed up with somebody else.
Yeah, it's a different one. I gotta look it up. Yeah, you could be right on that.
Yeah.
But it's one of our defensive players is gonna go. I can't remember who. I'm not thinking of it. It's one of them. I think they're gonna get rid of, and it's probably Ayuk because they don't want to take up
You
the
said
option.
defensive, Bill. We're gonna
Defensive
I want
or
you.
wide receiver Ayuk
Okay,
might
listen.
go.
I
But
want you
do
to.
not expect Trey to be traded.
Well, Trey's
That
not
is
going
not
anywhere.
happening.
Listen, take a couple aspirin and lay down and relax, and I'll see you tomorrow. Are you ready for the holler?
Yeah, give me the holler.
Bill, you can feel good. Texas boy came in tonight with not a pot to pee in, talking major smack.
Oh, yeah.
We
Your
got rid of
Cowboys
him.
didn't get nothing.
Yeah.
His Cowboys didn't get nobody. And on top of that, no matter who you pick, you got no hope. You're going nowhere, Dallas Cowboys. Understand, you Cowboy fans. By the way, can you do me a favor before I get off? Sing Mama Don't Let Your Kids Grow Up to Be Cowboys tonight. And I'm out.
Don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. They'll make a big mess and have every. You know, Bill, I'm going to finish writing this for you tomorrow, okay? Good night, Bill.
Peace, my guy.
Peace. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Ronbo.
Tony. You know, I was a little surprised at what I seen tonight a couple of times.
Where? What?
Yeah, I didn't see any tight ends. I thought this class, Kincaid was the only guy that got a job tonight. I thought this class was filled with tight ends. And, you know, everybody wants Travis Kelce and George Kittle. And none of them, Kincaid was the only guy that left. And he went to help out the guy who loves to run, Josh Allen, which is going to make them a better team probably offensively. And then D's, defensive edges, they all night. They picked up a few tackles early on.
Everyone's gone trenches, Ronbo.
And you have to. You really do. You're not going anywhere if you can't win in the trenches. That's true.
Yeah, well, you got to build it from there. I mean, if you, let's take Kansas City for an example. If you really, really, really love your quarterback, and this guy, I mean, well, what do you have to do for Patrick Mahomes, to pick you apart in a game? Just give him someone that's really, really fast. Doesn't matter whether he's small or big.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he's 10 yards out or 5 yards out in front of the next bloke, he's going to get it to him, isn't he?
Yeah. Lead him.
So he can beat you any way you want. He can beat you from the pocket.
Yep. That's
the
why
thing
he
I
is who
like
he is.
about the way they run their thing is, the best thing is, Lamar Jackson, I said it, I don't wish things like that on people. I said that he'll never win a Super Bowl.
Mm.
And my thought process behind that was because all the teams are always going to set up for him to run every down, right? But
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes or somebody else, you don't know when he's going to take a run.
And when
So-
he does, it's usually exactly at the right time. That amazes me about him.
He that's because he can process the field and he knows who he can get past. He knows who he can get around. He knows, I mean,
His football
If
IQ
you
is
wanted
off the meter. You're absolutely right.
exactly, and that's how he can pick you apart. That's why I said to you when it was them and the Eagles, I said Mahomes is just going to pick them apart and destroy them in the end. You know, like one of my favourite boxers was Marvelous Marvin Hagler, because he used to just torture you
Yeah,
all the way to the end, and then he'd knock you the fuck out. You know what I mean?
he would.
But he wouldn't. He just wanted to torture you all the way
He
to the
toy,
end.
you're right, toy with his opponent seemingly for a few rounds, and then he'd take him out.
And not few. He'd take it all most of the time to the last round. You know what I mean? Or to the back end of the fight. But and that's what these guys do. And a quarterback that you can't predict when he's going to go for a run is a lot harder to defend than someone that you know is going to run every first or second
Absolutely right. Absolutely.
play. So I'm not surprised at all. But what I'm saying is there's a lot more left there. You know how the 49ers are. Ronbo, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And we've got the scout. We've got the scout team to prove it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not worried at all at the moment. But you know, for those who thought that Trey was going to get traded today, he's dreaming. Who's going to give you a first round pick for Trey Lance? I mean, speaking in reality,
No, it is.
to us.
I mean, if I was the owner and one of my people went and traded up the first round and they didn't tell me at first and they went and did it, he is so fired that same evening. God, what did you do?
To us, he's worth a first-round pick, but to everybody else, I mean, if he was going to get traded, if he is, at the very most, someone's going to give you a second-round pick for him, and it's going to happen tomorrow, if it's going to happen. But I doubt it.
Because Tony,
I don't want it to happen because
but like Tony,
I
like
want
you're
to see him
saying,
play.
I need a sample of some side to I can show others in this boardroom or whatever, wherever we're talking. Here's what he did, guys, and here's what he's capable of. Now, I think it'd be worth our while to see if we can get him for maybe a second-round pick. If that doesn't work, we'll go ahead and go with the first-round pick. Because Trey needs to show people something. You can see the potential, but potential has never won a football game. You got to show people things.
Yeah, well, he's got to go into competition now with, what's his name?
Sam Darnold.
Donald, doesn't he? Yeah, and if he can't beat, let me ask you another question, Ronbo. If he can't beat Sam Donald out, is he still worth a first-round pick?
So that's okay. Wow, that's tough to answer. and Tony, the only reason I say that though is because Sam Darnold, I feel like he's had a head start. It's a handicap. Sam Darnold's been in the league for 4 years already. He knows what's going on. He knows the speed. He knows he showed last year that he could run Kyle's offense. Trey's not done any of this yet. So, and maybe
I think
if Trey had enough time, he could probably say, maybe he could surpass Darnold, make him look bad. But it's not fair. Not yet.
No, because Kyle thought he was a running back. I mean,
yeah,
which is no fault of Trey's. And I believe that he can beat out Donald. But I'm just saying from a other people's standpoint, how they view him. Not us. Forget about us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If people see, oh, look, you know, you wanted to give a second-round pick or first-round pick for this guy, couldn't even beat Sam Donald out. But he was worth, 49ers spent 2 first-round picks and whatever else for him.
Yeah. I mean,
you know, who knows how people think? That's my point.
They do, and you're right. And he's in a state of limbo. Poor Trey, and that's why I feel so sorry for that kid, because he got in,
so do I.
He got hurt again, and in the meantime, time is ticking on his time. Now the 49ers, well, Trey's got to stay healthy this year. When he first said that, I didn't really know what he meant. He means, Trey, you've got to show us why we're keeping you and why we gave up 2 first-round picks, and you got to do it now. See, they're not going to wait. It's a dog-eat-dog world of football, and you know this, Tony. They don't care about the circumstances. Now we got to see something. So if Sam goes in there and beats him out, I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't.
Well, they have to develop him, Ronbo. They're forced to, because they're going to have to keep him. Right? You're not going to want to give him away for nothing.
But what's he going to throw?
But
in practice, though, you know, the starter gets all the throws, and then the other guy gets 2 or 3 throws, or he works on the scout team. I don't know how they're going to do
They're
this.
probably just going to have to share the scout team with what's his name?
Who? We don't have
With
that.
Purdy.
No, Purdy's not going to be on the
If
scout
Donald's
team.
starting.
Well, yeah.
Well, if Donald starts and he starts playing good, you know what Shanahan's like, Ronbo?
I know.
Come on, mate.
I know. He's not going to talk.
You know?
You hit it right on the head. He's not going to talk to Trey. Shannon's going to
He's
consider
gonna go
himself
with the
too
hot hand.
busy to work with Brock and Sam. And then Trey, if he's on the scout team, he's going to get the same treatment Brock did, which is nothing.
That's right. That's why you feel sorry for a kid like that. This guy could ruin his career through no fault of his own.
If he hasn't already.
I hope he hasn't. I really don't. You know, but, like Papa Dragon said, I'm not $9 million richer for it. He is, but you know. So,
Yeah.
But anyway, you know, like
He's got to be like
Carl's
Donald.
he's unpredictable, Ronbo. You know, when it comes to things like this, and Trey being traded is going to be predicated on: is there a quarterback still available in Carl's eyes or the 49ers' eyes that's worth taking to trade Lance for? If there isn't, well, he's staying. Simple. It's not hard to work
He's going to
out.
stay. And maybe the 49ers will realize they kept C.J. Beathard. He was awful. Mullins was marginal. You got to let him stay his full contract. You know, rookie contract. They won't want to pick up the 5th-year option, of course, but you know, you got to try to teach him something. You cannot make him just go.
Yeah, I want him to go online straight away. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, well, fine. If there's anything left over, you know what we're like with leftovers. They'll pick someone and they'll bring him in, and then we'll just go, "Wow, where did this guy come from?"
Yeah.
I'm not even worried yet at the moment.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, we don't know, like the other guys said, how these guys that have been picked in the first round are going to pan out for the other teams.
Half of them don't make it normally.
There you go.
It's rough. You're coming in against a bunch of grown men trying to get a job. It's rough. So we'll see.
It is rough.
Yeah.
And when you get smacked in the teeth on the field, you go, "Oh shit!"
You start to consider your career, judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kid's probably going to say, "Oh, I should have waited one more year, been a little bit more man spread."
Or studied more. I should have been an accountant. You know, that hurt like hell.
Well, you know, well, this cognitive shit. You know, like, I mean, could you imagine Mike Tyson doing a cognitive test? But he'll still kick your teeth in.
Yeah,
that doesn't, to me.
You know,
that doesn't mean to me because someone doesn't know whatever the hell you put in front of them. They don't know football.
You know, that's what's coming up. But Tony, we're gonna let me see tomorrow, Tony, and after the draft and see what we get because we're gonna run out of time. I forgot how late it is. So.
All right, brother.
Right,
shout out to everybody and see you in the next one.
Back
see
at you,
tomorrow.
fam. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
There goes Tony. Always lots of fun. And a big show. Well, he says, Thinking D'Amico got turned off by Trey, seeing him every day against number 1 defense, completing only 50% of his passes, and chose Stroud instead. Show? I don't know, man. You know? Trey, man, I tell you. Hey, Show, thanks for that contribution. Emilio, you ready for some Latino heat? Here's Emilio. I mean, I wasn't expecting you tonight, actually. I saw your name flash up. Emilio? The Warriors don't play until tomorrow, do they?
No, they played yesterday and they won.
Yeah.
So,
I saw that.
Tomorrow,
that was exciting. My God, that was exciting.
Tomorrow, if he wins in the next round, you guys win, we play y'all. So I'm waiting for that one. It'll be Lakers and Warriors.
Boy, I tell you what, I you know, unless AD feels like playing, which sometimes he don't.
He's gonna have to worry about Draymond. Don't worry about AD.
I know Draymond lost his mind yesterday. I was thinking, what is wrong with Draymond?
Exactly. So,
God.
He had a shot. He was like, "Y'all suspending? I need a shot."
And got mad. You know what? Suspend him again. If he comes back looking like that, Draymond was playing angry. He hit that three from
Lakers
deep in
fans
the
wouldn't want to
corner, and I said, "What?"
Hey, Lakers fans want him suspended.
Man.
LeBron's gonna try to figure something out to try to get him suspended. It's LeBron. LeBron already got him suspended once.
It should be Draymond. If you get somebody suspended, it needs to be one of the Splash Brothers, because they'll kill you. If one isn't killing you, the other one is. You pick. That's one or the other. And then when they get together, good God. And then Wiggin, Jesus Christ, that team's good.
Hey, Ronbo, you sound more like a Warriors fan than you do a Lakers fan.
No, I was just looking at it for the talent. I used to look at NBA teams like that all the time. The Bulls had me freaked out. Pippen and Jordan. And then you look at also, what's his name, that guy you got playing center that did a good job. Oh, man, I look at basketball differently. That is true.
No, that's true. Yeah, it's a lot of talent always on one team. It's just crazy.
Yeah. But anyway, and Jordan Poole, my God. Anyway, what did you see about this draft tonight?
Interesting, I think it'll be the tough. I don't know. I think the Panthers might be pretty good. I really it seems like they're trying to turn things around.
You think Bryce Young can help him?
And yeah, I think he might. Hey, he might do something. He's not. He didn't go number one for no reason.
Well, now wait a minute. Baker Mayfield went number one.
To give Baker somewhat of a break, he actually did get the team to the playoffs. So, you actually
that's right.
look at that sometimes.
My bad.
So, that's not, you can't always, of course, you can at the end of the day, that he did get the team to the playoffs. He kind of made the team somewhat irrelevant for a little bit. You can't knock it too much. You can't take too much away from the Browns at the time. And since Baker left, they haven't, they got to.
They got way too much talent, Emilio. You know what? I got to tell you, though. Tomorrow, everybody's like torn as to what the 49ers can do. And I knew there's no way in the world that Trey Lance was getting traded.
I want to tight end. We need something. I know we need more defensive linemen, offensive line. I want to tight end. I really do think. Kittle needs help. Kittle keeps getting hurt. And it looks like we might need to replace Kittle sooner than later. So we need the best tight end available.
And Emilio, you're right, because Kittle's, they're wearing his body out. He's getting hurt. He's missing a couple of games every year, maybe more this year. You're going to have to get a tight end.
Exactly. So
and take some wear and tear off him.
That's kind of my number one concern right there, besides the offensive line. We need something to complement Kittle or start to find Kittle's replacement. So
and then there's that.
Getting to that point.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I love Kittle, great player, awesome player. Every time he's on the field, he's explosive. But we're getting to the point where it's time to find somebody to take his mantle, start learning from him, start doing this thing. It's getting to that point with Kittle.
Yeah.
It's just tomorrow, just a waiting game, see what happens. But that's what I want to do. That's what I would want to do. Because there's so many tight ends still. That's what I'm looking at. Who we get, I don't know. Who I want.
Best
doesn't really matter.
They know who they want, though, and how it'll work out already. Because they were working hard on the tight ends from what I read a little while ago. Look for that to possibly be the opening pick. Possibly. But they're still going to need defensive linemen because the Monahu and Ebicon left.
No, I'm down for that. Like I said, just like you said earlier, you said one of three things we're going to get. Defensive lineman, offensive lineman, tight end.
Yeah.
That's what I thought we were going to get anyways. Because like you said, we don't have that many needs. It's just where we need those needs and depth.
That fifth round, you get that safety first, the first fifth round pick. And, or trade. Neither, they're not going to sit still. You know how Kyle and John are. Look for a trade tomorrow, and I'm not sure if they will shoot to the second round or what.
No, tomorrow's going to be exciting. This is I got two things going on. I got the Warrior game going on. I got the draft going on, and one of my daughters' birthday tomorrow. So I got a lot more going on tomorrow.
Be jumping.
I got a lot going on tomorrow. I got to keep close on all this stuff.
You can do it, Emilio. Yeah. If anybody can do it,
I
can do it.
All the time. It's going to be a lot going on. I'm like, geez. Not a big deal.
And then you might as well have a cocktail party going on in the other part of the house as well.
Yeah, I might. We might go out to dinner. So I don't know. So I might have a couple drinks. Like I said, I got a few things going on. The game, draft, and celebrating my daughter's birthday. So
Yeah.
got all that going on.
You gotta make sure make sure your little girl is excited about Dad celebrating her birthday. It means a lot to her. But yeah, you know,
Yeah, sure.
I can't wait to see who we pick up. We're chomping at the bit. We still gotta wait a few minutes too. 99.
Yeah.
So that means we gotta wait till
That's all
damn near
right.
the whole second round, third round, until we get our pick.
It makes it more exciting that way. It's
Oh,
just
that's
like,
true.
oh man, well, once we get there, that's all right. I'm not, like I said, I was just listening to who's getting picked up, who's going there.
Mm-hmm.
And like I do play a little fantasy football, so it kind of made it interesting. So I might pick up, so okay, let's see what's going on.
And did you notice who got a little better? Them Hawks. We got to compete with the Hawks. We got to fight. Got to fight to beat them.
Well, it's all right. Their quarterback is still going to be.
It's still Geno. Yeah.
Geno, so it's still Geno. That's not changing anything.
We can get
Unless
Geno.
Geno gets hurt, then
He'll
there's
get
no
hurt.
quarterback. But other than that, it's all right. I don't worry about too much. I don't know the whole thing with Trey. I don't know. With me, I don't see him getting traded. I don't know.
No, it's not
I
gonna.
just know if Donald starts. Yeah, Trey's career is over. He should not beat him out.
Well,
He beats him out.
You know, I don't know if his career's over,
You
but
get beat out by Donald. If you get beat out by Donald, you just need to just stop and end your football career. That's just horrible.
you gotta remember,
Trey Lance,
Kyle likes him.
I
tell you
does not
something else.
matter.
If somebody asked me right now, who do you think Kyle likes better, Sam Darnold or Trey Lance? I would not hesitate. I'm telling you right now. Kyle loves him some Sam Darnold. He's loved him for years. That love he has for Darnold is just like it is for Cousins.
He liked Chris Mullins, and where's Nick Mullins? Where's Nick Mullins at? He liked.
Well, he wasn't crazy
Hoyer. Where's
about
Hoyer
Nick.
at? You can't.
He did like Hoyer.
You have to get that away from him.
Yeah.
So he liked Jimmy for a minute, and then he got irritated with Jimmy.
You know what?
You have to show Shanahan.
I don't think Kyle ever really liked Jimmy.
Well,
Jimmy got things. As long as Jimmy got it
they
done.
wouldn't let go of Jimmy. He always counted on Jimmy here and there. So.
Well, yeah, because he was winning
Trey
and making
can't get
Kyle look good. But other than that, I don't think he liked
Well,
Jimmy.
yeah. Well, it's up to Trey. If you let Donald beat you out, dude, you just I'm with everybody else. Your career's over.
Oh, no.
I want to get Trey shot.
Don't say
To
this.
me-
We got to
Hey,
go anyway.
I'm so dead serious. We gotta go, but I'm dead serious. If you let Donald beat you, you need to end your career because you cannot let that man. That man is horrible. Still,
Yeah,
what was it?
but he's
97
got
interceptions and
experience
fumbles.
that Trey hasn't got yet.
I don't care. The guys, you know how many guys have experience and still end up being straight boo boo. That's a horrible excuse.
Well,
You cannot let that man beat you.
We're gonna. I hope Trey's thinking like you. Let's go. All right, hey Emilio, I'll see you tomorrow, fam.
All
All
right. You have a good night. All right.
right, Emilio. Oh man, yeah, Trey's up against it, y'all. I'm telling you, man. You got to root for him, but you know how I do. I root for the underdog. I root for Trey because the man's in trouble. You already got Brock took your job, and now Kyle brought in a guy that he really likes. What do you think's gonna happen? God. Trey's favorite fan. It's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Come on in, show.
What's up, Rob? So I sincerely do apologize for not being able to be on tonight. I literally did not get home from work in time to be able to go over the draft with you tonight. But
well, you know, it's like Papa,
as far as
what was it? It was like Phil said. It was like sitting around watching the other kids open up all the Christmas presents, and we're made.
I
to
know.
wait. Yeah, so it's kind of rough.
It was a little depressing too, not being in the first round.
And seeing all
But
the guys
anyways,
that
if I were to
go.
If I were to grade tonight's results, I would do a top three, and the winners of this draft were the Houston Texans, Philadelphia Eagles, and Seattle Seahawks.
You like what the Hawks did? I hated to admit it. I agree.
They solidified their slot corner, which they needed. They also added to their wide receiving room with Tyler Lockett and
Metcalf,
and then the Eagles bolstered their defensive line, which I think is exactly why we need to trade up and get O'Cyrus Torrance from Florida, the right guard, or DeJuan Jones to bolster up our offensive line, because we are playing him again this year in Philly. And if our offensive line is still weak on that right side, oh boy, look out.
I do not want to lose him
because
twice.
that defensive line is coming for us.
And you know what that means, Show? All those Eagle fans that I was doing battle with in Twitter. See? Told you. No. You guys, if we had a quarterback, no, yeah, we beat that ass. Oh, I'm going to lose it. I said, you know what?
This is exactly why they need to move off of a certain player that I'm not going to name tonight, because if there's an offensive lineman that's sitting there that they really like, they need to move off of him. And if we draft a quarterback again in the third round, and if Will Levis is there, don't be surprised. I mean,
no,
that's a typical quarterback like Kyle Shanahan likes. I mean,
it's going to be Dorian. They've talked to him too much. If he's still hanging around
Dorian, yeah, there
in the
you
fifth
go.
round,
or Tanner McKee from Stanford. He's also 6'4", so they have really heavy interest in Dorian.
When does the kid from Fresno get off the board?
Or Jake Hayner, I don't know. Probably second round. Over Will Levis, I wouldn't be surprised.
I feel sorry for
Levis. That's kind of sad.
So, did you know about his toe?
No, I didn't know anything about that. I didn't hear any issues about it or anything like that. I just read a scouting report on Twitter tonight that was saying they were comparing him to Baker Mayfield 2.0. So maybe that's why he's falling.
Man, Baker, nobody wants that.
But I would not be surprised if they go after Dorian Thompson-Robinson. And if Trey Lance cannot beat out Dorian Thompson-Robinson, that is extremely sad, and that even lowers his value even more, which is why we need to move off him in the second or third round or fifth round even, because I think all it takes is going to be a fourth or fifth round pick or both to move off of him. That's what he's valued at least right now, I think. You know, you can't sit him another year because that's going to lower his value even more. You can't just play him for only 4 games.
You're right.
And then Brock comes back in, or Sam Darnold is playing lights out.
Then you make
know what I mean? You got to think about those situations.
You know, man, that's a tough call. Yeah, I feel bad because I feel like the 49ers own, but I know what you're thinking. This is not a game or a business that you owe anybody. But I'm thinking, Niners, you cannot put him in a situation where he becomes trash. And people are gonna look at him. If he gets beat out, he's already gotten beat out by Brock. If he gets beat out by Darnold, and now he's a third round, and now he's done in the NFL.
Either DTR or Tanner McKee is gonna beat him out. That's kind of sad. Or even Will Levis if he's still there. That's extremely sad. You don't want to do that to Trey Lance. Confident.
All right. This is enough. I
it's the truth, Trey.
I can't listen to any more.
It's the truth, Trey.
We're going to trade Trey Lance for a 7th round pick. He's going to be the water boy. No. Go ahead. Look, it's over. Okay, so you tried. You thought it was going to happen. There are no quarterback needy teams. They're not. There's no landing spot for Trey. Houston got their quarterback. Where is he going now?
See, but Trey, that's why I feel bad for Trey.
Does Sam Darnold know our offense? Does Sam Darnold know our offense, or are we going to be subjected to a quarterback that doesn't know our offense during the offseason program? I mean, this is ridiculous, both of you. Y'all just
Sam Darnold's a smart cookie. He's not stupid. He can pick it up pretty quickly.
He doesn't know the playbook.
Trey, the fact of the matter is, the only thing he has to do is get verbology. Sam Darnold was running our offense last year with the Panthers.
If Kyle Shanahan didn't feel he knew his offense, and Kyle Shanahan would have hesitated to sign him so quickly this offseason.
You guys told me that a couple of years ago. You guys told me it's like learning Chinese, and that this playbook is so vast, it's so thick, it's so many turns, and this. Can we just stop with the Trey Lance trade? I'm going to shut up now. It's over. You saw the reports. Okay. He's not going. He's your starting quarterback.
It may not be. It may not be during the draft. It may be in August or whenever. I mean, before the deadline.
So I love you.
In the season.
TNT on TNT hate. I'm going to fall back. I'll wait my turn, but this is ridiculous. I can't listen to any more of that. I let you guys have it up until the draft. I love you.
Trey,
I'm
open. I'm wishing Trey would because I feel bad about what happened to him. So I'm just saying. They put him up against Sam Darnold. And, Sam looked like he knows how to run his college offense from that clip I seen. And now you already gave it to Brock. So I said, well, where does that leave Trey now? And so, anyway. But go ahead, Joe.
Yeah. But it may not be during the draft. It may be in August, or it may be before the trade deadline of this coming season is when he's going to be moved, because you can't keep 4 quarterbacks, or even 3 for that matter. They only activate 2 during game day, and one will be on the practice squad. Yeah. So that's the reality of the situation. I mean, they've already publicly stated that they didn't really say it out loud, but they've fallen out of love with Trey. I mean, Purdy came in and stole the show. That's just the way the NFL is.
And
you know what I mean?
Kyle do? Instead of just going to get a serviceable vet, he goes to get Sam Darnold. It gives him a $4 million contract, and it's up to $11 million in incentives. I say, what is that? What is that? And that's when I started listening. Like a lot of people have been saying, like you, well, the 49ers are done with Trey. I said, well, how are you going to be done with Trey? But, okay, we'll see.
John Lynch publicly came out and said that Brock Purdy is the leader in the clubhouse right now, which means there's an open competition for all 3 people, and I can't tell you who has the foot ahead right now, honestly. But I would put my money on. Granted, he did just get here, but I would put my money on Sam Darnold because, like I told you, they've fallen in love with him in 2018. They tried to get him in 2021, and now they finally got him.
I know. It used to piss me off. Kyle, what
and look out for the quarterback that we draft too. So there's another 4th person that is in the competition. I mean, come on. All right, take care. Shout out.
I'll see you tomorrow. All right, night show.
It's not happening.
See, this is why I do what I do. When I go for underdogs, this is why Trey has been put into the underdog role big time. This is really scary. I'm definitely rooting for you, Trey. Area code 415.
Hello.
Yes. And what is your name?
You know my name, Novato.
Oh, did you? Novato.
We just. I was 2 weeks ago, Ronbo. I'm sorry. I'm I can't believe I'm already in it. And I will tell you my name, by the way, at this point. But Novato, remember you live here. Novato.
Novato. Yes.
Vato.
I know.
Novato. 415-497. Blah, blah, blah.
That's why I was going to name you Novato that day. I remember we didn't get around to doing that.
You did. No. You did. So anyway.
We're going to make sure that happens today.
Wait. We're talking about the draft. We're talking about fucking.
Trey, we got caught on Trey.
What's the conversation tonight, Ronbo? I don't get it. I thought we were talking about Niners and picks. So, and then beyond that, there's plenty of tight ends, safeties, and corners. There was 2 or 3 that were picked. So in the first round. So we're shit out of luck. Oh, excuse me.
And the bottom words. Those are the ones that everybody thought were going to get picked. To the cornerback, he was supposed to go when he went. So.
I guess so. I don't know. You tell me. I'm not a college guy.
Same here, but I did see that name, and I knew he was highly, highly sought. So,
what are you talking about? I just said cornerbacks were picked. No, it was linebackers. 2 running backs got picked in the first round.
No,
so Kyle Shanahan, I guess. No, wait. K. Shan. Let's give him a rapper's name. K. Shan. Right? So, I'm just saying, Ronbo, I'm a broke hippie, so what do I know?
But the thing is, everybody wants their version of a Christian McCaffrey. The 49ers are the pace setters for success in the NFL. You want to win? Do like Kyle Shanahan does.
Can't argue that.
Telling you.
Yeah, well, you're telling me, and I will go back to you to tell you, I get it. Oh, no. I grew up with the dynasty, so, we're close to age. I don't think we're the same age, but we're close. So we saw a dynasty. I'm still, the wound, Jalen, he's, pissed with not seeing the ring. Well, dude, when fucking, what was it, Roger Craig fumbled the ball when Lawrence Taylor hit him. That was a three-peat, you know. But anyway, I'm still like
those things are gonna happen.
Okay, well,
the coach can't help it. The players gotta win. They got all the tools they need. They've got all the instruction
my
and
point
training.
is that
they gotta
wound
make it happen.
doesn't heal. Jed York will agree. The owner will agree with I just said. Anyway, so we're talking about the draft or what's up? You know, there's plenty of
we're pretty much talking about the draft and what to anticipate.
What?
Trey Lance is in the conversation because a lot of people in Nevada wanted to see either Trey Lance or Brandon Ayuk get traded just so we could get in the first round.
Brandon Ayuk traded,
Fam, here, people aren't looking at the damages that would do to the roster. They just want to get back into the first round. See, when people start talking like this, man, what are you talking about? Do you know
we draft better out of the first round besides Vicky Bosa?
You know, you don't get rid of players to go get a draft pick that could fail.
Anyway.
If this guy's good, keep him. I'm not getting rid of Brandon Ayuk.
Well, how about like I was watching a draft tonight. Like I was sitting there with guys that I don't know if they're Niner fans. I was at the a nice
sports
a local brewery, right?
Yeah.
You know, everybody wants their pale ale or IPA, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was one of those kind of places.
Yep.
So I was talking to this guy, regardless if he was black, white, and it was like, oh yeah, that team, they should draft for the defense or offense. And sometimes we're on it, sometimes we're off. You know?
Yes.
Like, I mean, that's the way I see it. I think the Niners to play. I think tomorrow might be the day that they make a move. Like they decide to, because they want Porta out of Iowa. Because one tight end was taken the whole day today. I thought the tight ends, everyone took fucking wide receivers or even linebackers were taken.
So many.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, anyway, just we've been discussing this on your show at this point with any real Niner fan at this point, like, so anyway, that's just my opinion, humble opinion. Sir Ronbo.
No. You know what? It's valid. I mean, some of the things that are going on, we can anticipate. The 49ers will make a move tomorrow, though. I'm almost certain they're going to. They can't. Kyle and John hate sitting still. They don't need 11 picks. This I'm absolutely sure of. And they don't want 11
I
picks.
think there's still offensive tackles, tight ends, plenty of tight ends, and this is the draft class of tight ends, supposedly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And there's plenty of safeties. No one's taking a safety. 3 corners were taken, right? 3 of the best, right?
At least.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's plenty of picks, and they can make a move. If not, at least the way it went today, they got plenty of movement. Well, why don't they make moves? Why not pick at 99, 102, and 103 or whatever it is?
I feel
why
certain.
Not? Like, why?
Here's the thing.
Why
because you don't need you know what? The 49ers don't want to pay all these people. The 49ers want maybe 4 to 5 people. I feel certain about that.
Well, to me, it's like 7 or 8. Why not trade up with put a 7, a 6, and a 5th? Not trade one of those thirds and get a 4th round pick with a 4th or 7th and a 5th. I think they have 11 picks. Make it to just go, I just want a 4th round pick, and I'll give you 3, 4,
I'll give you 2 7s.
I don't know. Anyway, as far as this draft is gone, I just feel like they can do it. I don't know. Just my humble opinion, Sir Ronbo.
Well, we're going to see.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I got to tell you my name, right? I will do that at least at this phone call, Like I got to give you my name. Right?
You sound a lot like. Go ahead. Let me see.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's marketing. I don't know, right?
You're not marketing pro.
Okay, who do I sound like? I don't know.
You mean yeah. No. The 49er native. He's a real American Indian. You guys sound a little bit alike, but who are you?
Oh, okay. My mama named me Michael, by the way.
Michael.
And you can call me the variations of, because believe me, I go by all the variations of and more colorful variations of that.
Mike, let me just call you Mike. How about that? Makes it easier. I like calling you Novato
Okay.
because I have nice memories about Novato. So I'm
Novato
gonna call you Novato
Mike.
Mike.
How about that?
Yeah. Because I
There
have
you go.
memories
I'll
about
take that.
Novato I
That's
really
cool.
love. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
How's the weather in Novato today?
It was warm, dude. Everybody was complaining that it was very hot.
I loved it. You know what? I used to live in the city and go visit my friends out in Novato every weekend almost, even though the Golden Gate Bridge toll fee is just ridiculous. But anyway, I'd go there and spend the whole weekend. And I used to love that weather. I said, man, you guys don't know, man, the city is freezing, but and over here it's just beautiful. So yeah, I love Novato.
Well, you're part of the people that obviously, if you like the weather, so you establish Athens historically.
I tell you, Marin County, I'll take it all day over San Francisco's weather.
Yeah, but like people think we're not Marin. We're part of Sonoma County.
I used to argue for people in Novato about that. Come on, man, this is still Marin, and you got to go. This ain't Santa Rosa.
Yes and no.
You know?
That we're part. I don't know. Okay, fine. Well, how about this? We'll leave it at that. It's cool. I know you got other people,
right.
To call, and we could. We're talking about Niners football, and then
we got it in Novato.
So.
All right.
Yeah, because you love Novato. No, thank you, Ronbo. I appreciate you, brother.
It's a cool place.
It's cool.
All right, Novato Mike. Let's talk. Hey, if you got time, let's talk tomorrow, okay?
Tomorrow you're going to be on?
I'll be back tomorrow because we're doing the draft tomorrow. Tomorrow's our day. Yeah, oh yeah. I'll be back tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So, you know what? I'm going to call back. Just,
all right. I'll be looking for you, too.
All right, brother. Yeah, dude. I appreciate you, dude.
Yeah,
you're the best.
Thanks.
Shout out to all the Empire. Niners for life.
There you go. My motto as well. Night, fam. There he goes. Novato Mike. And yo, Ellis. Ellis. Ellis, man, we like Phil put it, that was the best way to put tonight. We was like a bunch of kids standing outside, it's cold, looking through the window. The kids inside opening up all the Christmas presents. We didn't get none. That's pretty funny, Phil. We get ours tomorrow. Ellis, what'd you think about tonight's draft? And, could you look forward to a lot of positions that get picked tonight? They got the cornerbacks, the best ones. They got the defensive ends. They got the offensive tackles. These are all positions we wish we could get. So, what are you looking forward to tomorrow?
Well, I mean, it's kind of fucked up because we still got to wait all the way till
99.
The 90s. So
you trading up, Ellis. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't be surprised. You
got to get 1, 2. You want 1, 2, and 2 3s. We're not getting rid of all the 3s, but we're gonna get rid of one. I guarantee you that. I'm making promises my ass, checks I can't sign. You know what? Third, and we could package a deal right now, Ellis. I'll give you that third
and 2 7ths or something like that.
Yeah, 3rd and 2 7ths, and go ahead. And if they still don't want to do it, I got 1 6th round pick. It's yours. I need to get in the 2nd round. Come on now.
How many 6th round and 7th rounders do we have?
I think we got plenty of 7th rounders. We only got 1 6th round, I think.
What do we got? Like 4 7th rounds?
At least that's all them 7s. I thought I had it listed here a while ago. Anyway, we got a lot of 7th round picks. So yeah, something like that. We can definitely afford to lose one.
Yeah. I'm cool with that. It's I just want us to still be able to be in that 3rd round because if we're not going to be in the 4th. And what do we have? Like 1 5th or no 5ths, and it's just 3rd, 6th, and 7th. Do we have any 5th round pick? We got some 5th round picks.
I think we got 1 5th round pick I think, or do we have 3? No, wait. The abundance is the 5th round picks and 1 6.
Yeah, we got a 5th round compensatory, I believe, right?
Yeah, more than one. And
Right.
I was laughing because I said, boy, we do our best work in the 5th round. Okay, bring it. And
Well,
not so
shit, and
much
we
in the
got a lot
third.
of compensatory picks from the end of this. But with the free agency signings of the guys that left and their contracts, even with
Next
Jimmy,
year.
don't we still get a compensatory pick?
I think they pile up
Yeah,
next
so
year.
we can slide, a pick or
Next year's
two from next
picks.
year,
Yes.
and we can mortgage a few of those too in the process since we'll be in the first round.
Yeah.
So
I forgot about
I
that.
think we'll get some action.
We can move.
Yeah, we'll get some action. Yeah, we can do some moving
No point in
around.
sitting back and waiting for everybody to get drafted. And what we going to do now? Because the 49ers did say if they see some people they want to get going off the board, they're going to move, do something.
Definitely.
So we'll see. Gee, you think that's for the trade next year's compensatories? Because as long as the 49ers continue to hire minorities, is this if they do it on purpose? I mean, it sounds like a joke, but I wonder if it is part of the plan. And if you get a good job, we will benefit from that as well. What are you saying? Are you guys hiring because I'm black? No. We're just saying we're gonna do each other a favor. You guys are racist, aren't you? Can you see that conversation going the wrong direction? White guy's knocking on the door. Hey, you guys told me no for this reason. We're getting crazy. I'm getting crazy. Ellis, let me stop. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, a lot of edge rushers. So I know we still got some guys on the board. I think we'll probably. I feel like we're gonna go up and go snatch, one of those, and then definitely still got we got a tight end that we're gonna get. I think we'll probably get a receiver.
Guaranteed.
We might use. Yeah, I don't think we should do a 3rd round. I think we should wait a little bit. There's going to still be some guys laying around. It's not an absolute necessity. I mean, we just re-signed Willie Sneed, if you didn't see that.
And Tony, I forgot to answer you on that. Why are you signing Willie Sneed's there for camp fodder like he was last year? Ellis, are you a Willie Sneed fan? Because he ain't beating nobody out.
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I don't think we necessarily got to worry too much about the wide receivers, though. We can kind of stick with what we have. But you can rest assured, if we get rid of Juwan Jennings, we're definitely going to get at minimum 2 receivers if Juwan leaves, which I don't want to happen.
Yeah, Juwan's done too much good work, and he ain't getting paid no big bucks. Ain't no way in the world. I do not see Juwan Jennings leaving under any circumstances. I really don't.
Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to that, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on, man. I don't want to get too excited.
I know, right?
Keep
expectations. Keep them tempered because get your feelings hurt. I've hurt my feelings on. I can't count how many times I've been disappointed. So you're smart. Mm-hmm. Still mad about Henry Ruggs, but now how many years ago was that? So just don't get a running back with that 3rd round. The 49ers are not as silly as we think. I think they're going to use that 3rd round. I think we're going to be happy with what they do in the 3rd round, the 3 picks. Ellis?
Yeah. Sorry, Ronbo.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What's that last part you said? My bad. No, go ahead, Ronbo. Get back to it because I'm over here trying to get this little late night bite.
I should have known you were eating. That's all I wanted. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna see you tomorrow then, and get that late night bite. And we got something to talk about tomorrow as far as picks.
Yes, sir, man. Let's
by the way,
man.
I'm curious. What are you having?
Oh, I'm at this Wendy's drive-through right now.
Get that.
Wendy's in like a year.
And just tell them to cook your onions. They'll do that for you. All right. It brings a sweet caramelization.
Yeah, the caramelized onions, those win every time.
Don't it?
Peace
All
and
right,
love,
fam.
family.
See you tomorrow. Give my best to that squad, too. Night, fam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
And here he is. He's been waiting. I don't know why production did that to him, but we're going to put him in. He is Trey from VA. Trey, get on in here because you already came in here and you chastised Show and me. All right? That was kind of rough, wasn't it?
Finally. And I do mean fine. The level of disgust that I had to listen to earlier, just got to wipe that off for a second. Had to spit that out. You guys, I tell you.
I mean, you know what?
Let me just say this.
Yeah, there's nothing realistic about that.
Let me say
then,
this,
huh?
Ronbo.
All right, go
Ronbo,
ahead.
what was the most important and valuable position on our team last year? What was the most important and valuable?
The what?
Did we not have a running back?
Yeah.
We finished the season with a running back playing quarterback, right? Right? Isn't that how we finished the season almost?
Yeah, I mean, really did.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So then we're going to go to some guy that just got here 5 minutes ago, doesn't know the system, and is going to slow everybody else down. You guys, then go to a rookie. We're going to go to Brock Purdy's not going to be ready week 1. They almost came out and just basically said that. I'm not comfortable starting Sam. The Panthers would rather start a rookie quarterback than Sam Darnold. What does that tell you?
Wait, Trey, hold a second. I want to apologize. I want to apologize to Alessandro. We can't do nothing with him, Alessandro. We've done everything we could. That's a fake Rudy, by the way. All right, go ahead, Trey.
Yeah, and that's all good. It's all good. We don't need. Who cares? Yeah, Rudy shouldn't even be allowed to comment. If your team didn't have a winning record, don't talk to us.
I know
if you didn't beat us, don't talk to us. So the Falcons and Tony Wright, you're good, Tony.
Yeah,
y'all beat
Tony's
us.
cool.
You know, y'all ain't have a winning record, but y'all beat us.
They picked up a great running
the Rams,
back, too.
Swept. 5-12, swept. Like, stop it. We have nothing to talk about. Ronbo, this draft is the perfect draft not to have a first-round pick in. Shoot, it's the perfect draft almost not to have a second-round pick in.
Good
because
point.
it is not top-heavy, but it's deep.
Yes.
Look how many pass rushers are still around. Look how many corners are still around. Look how many offensive linemen are still around. I think only one tight end went. So we can trade up tomorrow with using just a third-round pick and maybe one of our 3 third-round picks and a fourth-round pick. If you look at the trade draft value chart, we could use a future fourth-round pick. And guess what? We got compensatory picks out the wazoo every year.
I know.
So we can get up. You see what I mean? Like, we can do this tomorrow. Get the offensive tackle we want. But what we're not going to do, Ronbo, is be insufficient at quarterback. We need somebody that's not going to slow the system down, slow the players down. We need to hit the ground running when we get to training camp, mini camp, OTAs. You see what I mean? That's why Trey Lance is staying, because we need that.
And he does. He deserves
people
that.
Need to realize. And not only does he deserve that, Ronbo, but we made an investment in this young man, and we are not going to bail after 4 games. Who does that?
But if you listen to the way Lynch is talking, he's going to be competing.
He is. It's not his job. We know that. That's fine. But Brock's not going to be ready to what? Week 5, week 6, October?
Yeah,
what are we talking about?
But he's going to have to compete against Sam, and I wonder if he can do it.
Who? What kind of competition is that going to Who? What kind of competition is that?
Mrs. Donald's baby
Sam
boy.
Darnold lost his job to P.J. Walker. P.J. Walker. Let me say that again. Do y'all know who P.J. Walker is?
Trey,
USFL P.J. Walker.
I would take P.J. Walker. From what I've seen of him, whoever said anything, he's not that bad. I was kind of surprised.
Sam Darnold lost his job to Zach Wilson. When I say that, I mean they replaced him. And Zach Wilson's lost his job. Come on now.
Wait, Trey, be fair. Zach Wilson hadn't arrived yet, because if the Jets knew what they knew now, then Zach would have never
They had seen enough of Sam, though, Ronbo. They saw enough. They hadn't even been around Sam, and they saw enough of Sam. What I'm saying is that if Sam comes in, why are we acting like $4 million is a lot of money?
Well,
it's literally double what we cut. But listen to what I'm saying. No, it's not, really. I mean, that's good backup money, not great. But we cut Nate Sudfeld for $2 million. What's another 2? Like, what I'm saying, I'm not saying we're going to cut Sam, but what I'm saying is that we're not breaking the bank. It's going to be Sam, Trey, and then if we do draft a rookie, guess what? The rookie will be on the practice squad the first couple of weeks.
And then what?
Probably
Let him
not
go
gonna make the team. Probably
when Brock
love-
gets back?
Yes, when Brock gets back, the quarterback depth chart gets. And then here's another thing: wouldn't you want to just go out there and have Trey put good film on the field, on tape, so that he can actually have some type of trade value? What do you want to trade him now for? Fifth, sixth?
You
You
can't.
see what I mean? Or he could
You
come out,
really can't. You can't trade him
lead
anyway.
us to a
Nobody's gonna give you
3-1,
anything. Yeah.
possibly 4-0 record. You see what I mean? And then he gets his trade value up. There's going to be a team that gets a hurt quarterback. It happens every year.
Yep.
There's going to be a team that didn't get what they want. So let him increase his draft. And if he doesn't, then he's a backup. If he does, then great. But what I think that we need to look at it how they're looking at it. Trey Lance is your starter right now. Right now. OTAs start next week. Guess who's going to be your starter? Guess who knows the offense? Guess who has a rapport? These things are important.
True.
One last thing before we get into the draft tomorrow. We have a lot of picks. We have 3 thirds tomorrow. We could package 2 of those thirds and move up to the very top of the second round. There are so many good players, so many offensive linemen, so many defensive linemen. Edge presence is what we need. Ronbo, what would you like to see us draft before we get out of here?
Yeah, I really like. I still like offensive linemen. I mean, one of them big OTs that I seen today. Man, one of them looked just like Trent Williams. I wish, but I don't think there's any more of those. Get a safety. Remember that year you wanted a safety and I was laughing? I'm not laughing anymore.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Look, man, there's still good offensive tackles out there, right? You got Darnell Wright from Tennessee. I don't think he got taken by anybody. If I'm wrong, forgive me, but I think he's still out there. Blake Freeland is still out there.
You're right.
So we have
He didn't get picked today.
11 rookies are not going to make this team.
I know.
We might stack 5 to 7 of them. So expect the unexpected. If you weren't satisfied with today, have no fear. Tomorrow is our day. Tomorrow's when we get busy. We get jiggy in the middle rounds. Y'all know what we do, Ronbo. These first-round picks, they come and they go.
Always.
We're never really hitting on them. I think we hit on like 2 out of 7 in Kyle's tenure.
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Wait, we can name them real quick. Nick Bosa.
Yeah, right.
And Brandon Ayuk.
Nick Bosa. There it is. There it is.
And Ayuk.
There it freaking is.
Hey,
and that's my point.
That's
Ronbo.
a good trivia question. Anybody besides Ayuk and Debo? I mean, and Nick.
Nick Bosa.
That's it.
I mean, if you want to,
I was just joking at first.
No. If you want to count McGlinchey, that was a so-so hit. I mean, he did get a big contract and so-so.
Anytime you don't pick up a contract, a rookie contract, that means they failed.
That's right. That's right, Ronbo. But I just want people to get excited about the draft tomorrow. I know everybody was down and down.
We should, yes.
Like Christmas with no toys.
I'm doing a show by candlelight tomorrow.
It's not like Ronbo. It's not like Christmas with no toys. It's like having Christmas at your mom and then Christmas at your dad's. Okay,
yes.
We went to Mom's house. Mom didn't have nothing for us, but guess what? When we go tomorrow, Dad got us.
Yes,
he got us with a lot.
I'm gonna go check out my uncle too, because I know how and see if he got anything going on.
That's right. You got to take more around.
I'll make the rounds.
You know how it goes. Anybody that lives in a broken family, there's a lot of broken families out there. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Okay, it's double the gifts. We're about to double up on the gifts. And the gifts that we get, you forgot who. Do not forget who our front office is. We are the single most sought after and coveted front office in the league. We have 3 GMs right now from this tree. Right now. 3 GMs right now from this tree. That's because the league wants what we do. Wow, those guys are killing it in the middle rounds. What are they doing?
Hey,
they don't pay anybody.
They're running our offense. People want to be like us, not like the Rams.
They want.
Or the Hawks.
Can you
they
ask
will be
me
like us.
When was the last time somebody grabbed somebody from the Rams that was of any consequence? You know why? They don't want nobody from that front office. They don't want nobody from that. Can you even name a good Rams draft pick in the last
you brought
5
that up.
to 10 years?
Never a compensatory pick for the Rams? Yeah.
I think their best pick, their best pick lately has been Cooper Kupp, and that's it. That's it. They have nobody. They did what they did. They're done. So, Rudy, get your 5 and 12 candy ass out of my chat. Ain't nothing popping. Ain't nothing popping.
I'm so glad.
Ronbo, we gotta go.
I like ammunition to shoot at Rudy when he comes on Twitter. I try to ignore him. By the way, I want to apologize to people on Twitter that said, somebody says, Ronbo, man, we should let Rudy alone. I'm saying, I would if it was anybody but Rudy, but I can't stand it to let him slide. So if you see me taking shots at Rudy, just ignore us.
We will not.
We
will not. First of all, the Rams are peasants, okay? They're peasants in the NFC West. They're with the Cardinals. They're at the bottom. It's us and it's the Seahawks, and that's it. So, Rudy, enjoy your 5 years in purgatory, buddy. You know what you're gonna do though? You guys are gonna get a top pick. You'll draft Arch Manning in 4 or 5 years, whatever he comes out, and that'll be that. All right.
The next administration will be voting for the next election.
A lot of Texas film.
No first round.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have another president by the time you have another franchise quarterback. Let it. I could go all night. Ronbo, this is too fun. Let me know if you're available during the draft tomorrow, Ronbo.
I'll be here.
Get with you and talk a little football.
All right, we'll be here for the entire time. All right, Trey. Always appreciate you, fam.
Right.
You the
all right,
man.
Ronbo. Hey, look, man.
Fam.
I'm gonna holler at y'all. TNT out. Appreciate y'all. Let's get ready for tomorrow. We got a lot of money to spend.
There you go. We're ready.
Draft happens.
All right, Trey.
We're ready, Ronbo. All right, buddy.
Enjoy that night. Night, fam.
We do. All right.
Boy, Rudy, people gonna think I'm something wrong with me, boy. Mess with Rudy, boy. Usually people don't antagonize me like you do, but ooh, he be laying some stuff up there that makes you want to just ooh. Hey, Papa Dragon coming back for another one. Pop, get in there.
And furthermore.
Yes. Continue,
you don't fail on 4 draft picks for a 5th round pick.
You don't go down for that many. No.
You don't do it. It's exactly what the Colts offered the 49ers was a 5th round pick for Trey.
Are you serious? Wow.
Hell yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah, you wouldn't make that up.
Why would I?
No need. Because that's not public information.
Now, people keep trying to create all these storylines. 49ers are connected to this quarterback. You know what Trey Lance is right now?
What?
He's the new Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, but
that's what he is.
But at least Jimmy was throwing. They haven't even let him throw. Oh, you mean as far as the way they're treating him? Yeah.
As far as how he's being treated. Period. That is just the way that it is. I don't know if this is some kind of Jedi test. I don't know what it is. Okay, now I'm not here to sit there and say, "Oh, Trey Lance is the bomb. This, that, diggity do." No, You want to see how a quarterback gets developed? Watch what happened to Jalen Hurts, who used to suck for the first 2 years. Now he's the second highest paid quarterback in the league,
and would have been first had Lamar not got paid. Yes.
Exactly. You don't sit there and say, okay, we're going to trade all these picks. The disappointment comes, they traded all those picks, and it had us believing, because if you go back in time and look at their faces and look at them at the press conference, oh, I want Drew Brees and Lamar Jackson and all at the same time. You tell me all this crap, and then you do the opposite. So it is what it is. If Trey Lance had value, yeah, he probably would be moved, right? But the reality is that they should have moved on from Jimmy year 1 or Trey's tenure, just so there was no conflict. There was no locker room drama. There was no locker room preference, right? But they didn't.
And like you said, now they can't come and say, look, Kyle, we really do think if we go train Trey, let's not do it at our expense. We need to get to, because I'm getting ready to retire. Trent Williams, right? Nick Bosa, not Nick Bosa, but George Kittle saying the things he was probably saying, and Debo. Kyle's under pressure then, and he doesn't want that.
No,
Trey had to be ready.
But neither does the 49er front office.
I know.
As long as they can print money out of Levi's, that's what they care about the most.
Yeah.
And are they going to print more money with Purdy or with Trey? Are they going to sell more Trey jerseys or Purdy jerseys? Are they going to
Purdy's
sell more
jersey, you gotta order it,
Trey
pre-order it now.
bobbleheads?
Yeah.
Are they going to sell more Purdy bobbleheads? Now, remember, there's a special collector's edition of the Trey bobblehead that has all his hair. Point I'm trying to make.
Pop, that was uncalled for, but
Point I'm trying to make, Ronbo.
Okay, don't laugh, Fab. Don't laugh.
Is that Parag? Is that Trey? I love you. You still shouldn't have banned me from your Twitter account. I was just telling you not to respond to these fools and to stay off social media because no matter what you say, they're going to turn it against you. And he banned me for saying that to him.
You know, I knew he was sensitive. Remember that press conference? And Fred Warner was working him every day in practice. And as Trey left, you know, the thing is, I don't mind being criticized, but some of the things he said were just disrespectful. I can't imagine. I wish I could be out there to hear what Fred was saying to piss him off like that.
I already know what he's saying. You say it's like the same thing. It's like the same thing Rihanna said to Chris Brown before she got whooped. She said, "You can't dance," and he said, "What?"
Bob, you just
Fred said everything. Oh, you can't throw. Oh my goodness.
And you know, Fred can get on your nerves because you remember you got little Ayuk out there all up wanting to fight, and you know Fred can take Ayuk out within seconds. How mad do you have to be being Brandon Ayuk and go jump in Fred Warner's face? He must have really said something bad.
You're running because you can't throw. So no matter what happens, we all could agree we want 6. Yes, we all could agree that.
Yeah, right.
Guess what? We don't care who gets us there at this point. We just want somebody there. anybody but McCaffrey quarterbacking. For
Please,
guys,
not again. Yeah, I mean that one shot to Debo, I'm okay, but not regularly.
Josh Johnson's not a good idea either. So tomorrow, I know everybody wants to move up. Okay, there is some. Look at my board. Where's my board? Here's my board. Based on what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing my 7th overall ranked player, Joey Porter Jr., 14th overall ranked player, Michael Mayer, who's a tight end. My 22nd overall player, defensive lineman, Keanu. John Wick Benton, he is a defensive lineman. And we see an edge, Isaiah Foskey. I know the Niners actually visited with him. They like Foskey. So,
but what about Yaya? He ain't high on your board?
Where is he? Let me find him. Hang on a second.
If he hasn't looked that long, he's pretty deep down on
No. He's on there. No, there. Yeah. He's 42 on my list.
Okay.
So it just depends. I got everything in the spreadsheet. So it just depends on what teams are willing to take to move up because there's that point system, and it's going to take a bit to get up there. Probably a combination of 2 picks, maybe 3 picks to get up there. To get one of those players. But again, I think Joey Porter Jr. is a starter. And if you get him, he's your starting cornerback.
And that could be the draft up. If the 49ers go up, I think that's who they target. Everybody thinks Laporta would be a great 49er.
Yeah, exactly. So, but again, that's going to cost you. Now, like I said, I understand everyone saying, 11 picks is too much. 11 picks won't make the team. We already know 11 picks won't make the team. But again, the computer scientist in me says the more opportunities, more cracks you got at it, the more chances you have to win.
And that makes perfect sense, Bob. But if you could use that for capital to cash in,
of course,
there's
no, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. But it's not to say that it's going to happen. For the first time last year, it didn't happen, right? Yeah. So I'm not saying that it should happen or shouldn't happen. Is that what are we prepared to give up to move up? That's what I'm saying. Are we going to have to come off of a player that we want to keep? I don't want to lose Juwan Jennings this year. I think he's a dog. Right?
It's not happening. I'm keeping saying it now, so to make it true.
But if Tennessee says, "Hey, well, if you want our 2nd round pick, we want Juwan and a 3rd," I have to consider it because that's what I'm saying. Yes, you do. Because
No.
Joey Porter's sitting there.
Okay, wait a
And
minute.
now you got him for 4 years on a rookie contract.
Damn, that's a rock and a hard place again.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. If you just listen,
I know.
I'd take that and stick Juice in the slot. Juice can catch.
Yeah, I know. It's underused. I agree. Pop,
it gets crazy like that.
We're gonna have to continue tomorrow, Pop. But by the way, if it makes you feel any better, Ellis apparently has been also slapped down by Trey Lance, and he is no longer allowed to see Trey's content either. Ellis, I've never talked to Trey. I feel Trey's pretty intolerant, though, I guess. So okay.
No, Trey's problem is that he reacts to people too much. People commented about his hair. The next day, he had a hat on. You know what I'm saying? He just reacts to
everybody
what
talking about that. He's 22. Okay, what do you expect?
And that's what I'm saying. Everyone keeps saying his career is over. He's only 22.
I know, but what I'm saying is the starting. He's got to reestablish himself. That's going to be difficult in the NFL.
Steve Young sat for 4 years. Aaron Rodgers sat for 4.5 years. What are people talking about?
And hopefully that's
if you're a poor worker, if you're a Jamarcus Russell, yes, your career is over. But if you're somebody who works with the best of coaches in the offseason and training with Patrick Mahomes, eventually he'll get there.
You got to give about. Hey, Big Show. Before we go though, Big Show says shout out to you, Osiris Torrance. Guards Florida started 34 games. He's the Lincoln Thompson on the right interior side. We need to move up. Is that right?
I would not be mad at that move. I would not be mad at that move. It depends on compensation, but I absolutely would not be mad at that. Not at all. Not at all. I don't know if he's good enough to come in and start straight away. But I think he may be more of a Banks kind of a player where he goes the next year unless someone hurt and forces him.
Comes out an absolute beast the next year. We got time for 1 year for him to train because we're all right. We're okay on the offensive line on the right side, but we could be better. That's what we want to get to. All right, Pop.
And we should be better next year. We should be.
I think so.
I'm just saying because we've had players that have been in the program for over a year.
Yes. So I don't know. We might be crying about something we shouldn't be crying about. All right, fam.
A lot of teams would like to be in school. Yeah, right? Except the quarterback situation. All right. Shout out to the Big Show and all three Tonys. Hey, did Tony Nagasaki? Did he rip my mock draft to shreds and make fun of me? I hope.
No, not yet. Tony just sent us a text, but I'm going to give a shot tomorrow and see what he thinks.
All right, man. Good night, man. Shout out to production.
Dude. Yeah, Tony. I don't think Tony's seen. Was Tony here when I was going over Big Pops? I don't think so. Tony was out doing some errands because he told me that's what he was going to do. He had to do it before. So, hey, Gamum. Is that an N or M?
It's an M.
Okay. Gammom. N or M? Gammon.
Yeah, Gammon.
Yeah, it's Gammon. Gammon, come on in, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. We can finally get to this. But today was just going through the motions of watching the draft, just because I like to watch the draft. But now we get to participate starting tomorrow, Gammon. And now it's speculation. What are the 49ers going to do? We know how they are. By nature, they're not going to sit still. Last year was the first. They got 11 picks. And like Pop says, the variety, having that variety and volume is a good thing to have. You can choose and throw things out which you don't like. But I still think the 49ers are going to use some of those picks because they know they don't want all those picks, and they're going to use them to move up. Our team is already too good. Had this been 5 years ago, they would have used every last one of those picks, but not this year. I don't see it. But what are you thinking, Gavin? Let me stop.
Well, if I could, I'd like to address two things. Number one, 49ers are going to use all those picks, and if not, they might even acquire more picks.
Oh.
And I'll go ahead and state those reasons why.
Please.
First thing is that this draft isn't top-heavy like we're accustomed to for many, like 80% of other drafts. This draft is about bodies. Another thing, too, that people need to understand is that everyone says, hey, we've only, a 51, 52-man roster. There's not enough people who can make that roster. Well, every single year, there's a Victor Cruz, Emmanuel Mosley, Jordan Mason, some kind of undrafted project that goes ahead and makes it on the team.
True.
So really what this draft is about, it's about having enough arrows in your quiver to go ahead and shoot as many shots as you can and to acquire talent before you can make the 51-man roster, which really everyone is concerned about making the 51-man roster. On game day, it's a 46-man, like, active game day. So it's really only your top 46. But before you do that, you need to fill out a 90-man roster. So the biggest thing that you need to do is you need to make sure that you have the chock full 90-man roster as high as you can. Three round picks at the bottom of the third round is not going to net you high-end talent. So at that point, you've already had sunken stock, and you're going to have to deal with that. The other thing I want to talk to you about, and not to get too personal, Ronbo, because honestly, I wasn't really here to talk football. But what I did want to say was that I remember that you had an altercation a while ago with Niner by Nature, and he was kind of attacking your credibility, right, and your social stature. Now, you alluded to right now that you said, hey, this isn't the real Rudy, or this isn't the real RSR. Now, I don't even know if that's the real Jim Everett that's on there. Seems to be in kind of cahoots with these two things.
Yeah.
But we're talking down. You already stated, hey, this isn't the real Rudy, this is a fake account. But now you're talking down to Rudy as if that's his real account that's on there. So my thing is, when I've been a mod on other sites, is I've actually banned and blocked that because it's not really fair to him. And also, too, I heard an easy way that you can tell that that's not the real Rudy is because his dog died. And I think that as a human being, there needs to be some kind of level of compassionate component to this, and also to some civility. Now, I haven't talked to Rudy on the phone, but he has allowed me to join on his show and actually be a part of that, knowing that I could blow the doors wide open. He's actually a really nice guy. And I do actually look forward to and intending, and I'm going to offer this to him the next chance I get a chance to talk to him as a human being, man to man. And for my first time going down to SoCal and attending a 49ers Rams game and being there with him, because he's actually a really nice guy when you get a chance to get to know him. But as you know, when you have somebody who's assassinating your character, just trying to bring you down, it's the most unnerving thing, and it's trying to get out ticks and worms out of your body that you're trying to pick and flick out. So I would say to you, and I'm going to leave this to you, and this isn't really something I'm going to watch or monitor. You just happen to come up on my YouTube feed, because this isn't a show that I really take part in. But I'm going to be interested to see, I know how you felt with that when you had to deal with that. I'm going to be interested to see how you deal with this moving forward. Appreciate your time.
Hey, Gavin, anytime. Listen, by the way, I agree. Rudy is a nice guy. That's why I've been knowing him for years. What we do is it seems hostile when we go back and forth with each other. The real Rudy, I don't know who this one is, but on Twitter is where we keep it civil, but we keep taking shots at each other because we like opposing teams. It's not as bitter as it may appear sometimes. We follow each other. So yeah, this one here. That's why I said today, Rudy would never make that kind of statement. I do know him that well that I know when that's him. It's not that. That's why when he says that wasn't him, and he told me it wasn't him, I realize it's not him. I'm not sure who that is. Niner by Nature is another story. he was constantly taking vicious shots, and every now and then I do get defensive. A lot of times I do ignore it. As the host of the show, I feel it's my responsibility to rise above that as much as I can. But every now and then, yeah, I have a temper, and it does go off. Gambling. Okay. All right, Gavin. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Hey, well, a big show. Big Show says, amen. All right. Hey, Tony.
Unbelievable. As many shots as whoever it is take at me, and I don't take it personal. It's all in good fun, man.
Yeah. That's what social media and chat rooms are about. There's battles. I don't want to see anything bad happen to Rudy or anything like that. I do want his team to continue to suffer, but I don't have anything against Rudy, not personally. You've never seen. I don't ever call Rudy names or anything like that, but we do go back and forth,
right?
And we'll continue to do so. You know.
Yes, sir. It's all in good fun. It's taking a lot of shots at me, and sometimes if it's funny, I'm gonna laugh at it.
You know.
I don't take it personally. Yeah.
Sometimes it is funny.
I'm like, all right.
It's always you just want to get a one up.
Yeah, I said, oh man, that was a good one. Did you think of that yourself? There's somebody right there for you.
Yeah, see, that's a good comeback.
Exactly. Well, Ronbo, Detroit Lions, Seattle Seahawks, Houston Texans, and I hate to say Ronbo, but the Las Vegas Raiders and the Philadelphia Eagles all got off on day one.
They did, didn't they? And like you say, it's day one.
The Arizona Cardinals even did good, Ronbo.
Getting that offensive
back.
Yeah.
And getting all those picks. They got a first and a second rounder next year and a second rounder this year by trading back like that.
But what are they going to do with D-Hop? Have they made – they've not – is D-Hop up for grabs or not?
Yeah, the Baltimore – I don't know if Baltimore's going to do it now. I think I said on your last show or 2 shows back, the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets were bidding for his services. But after Baltimore got the top receiver in the draft, the JSN, Smith and the Jigba, out of Ohio State today, and then they got robbed by OBJ out of that $19 million. They probably won't do it now.
Yeah.
So the Jets, I hope the Jets do get them so they can let go Corey Davis.
You know, Tony, you got to be worried about that because maybe Corey Davis beats somebody else out. But camp around the league is going to be rough this year. Oh my goodness.
But Ronbo, just like a couple of your callers said, and 2 callers back, and you and I even talked about this. Okay, you guys missed tonight. So what? You know how many great players are still in this draft? There's only 31, and it was something that you said in the comment section I had wrote on your live show. This year there was only 31 picks instead of, it's usually 32 because of 32 teams. Yeah. But the Miami Dolphins got penalized by the NFL for something they did, and they took their draft pick away.
And that just happened the other day. I saw that, but I didn't realize it was going to affect the draft like this.
Right. That's why Pittsburgh, he says, pick number 32, but that starts tomorrow. It's because of that.
So are they going to call it extension of the first round, or is that part of the second round this year? I guess, well, it is because, it has to be.
It's going to be part of the second round just for this year only because of that violation that Miami did. So instead of 33 opening up the second round, it'll be 32.
Wait, is this a violation that Miami did last year considered tampering against Tom Brady?
I think so. I can't remember what it was, but I know they took their first round pick.
Okay, so this has nothing to do with a separate incident than the Brady situation. I do remember that. I didn't know they were being penalized in this fashion, though.
Yep, took the pick away, so it was only 31 picks this year.
I'm surprised they didn't give it to the next team in line. I guess they don't have any way to calculate that. Okay.
But, I was surprised. I mean, we did taking Bijan Robinson, but Ronbo.
Hey.
I don't want a Kajana Carter situation. You remember Kajana Carter back in the 90s?
Well, no, not. Was
drafted by the Bengals, first overall pick out of Penn State.
What happened?
Tore his knee up. He tore up his knee on his first carry in preseason. It was never the same.
Man, how many people passed out? You think you running backs? I thought about that when they were. I thought about but running backs, you got to be real scary careful about that because they could get taken out because they are the magnet for the big hits.
And this, I was telling a friend of mine, we were texting, he was upset with the pick. I wasn't upset. I was surprised, but I'm gonna support the pick. I'm like, well, damn. We got Tyler Algier for a steal in the 5th round in last year's draft, and Tyler Algier led the nation in rushing, 1,603 yards coming out of college, and led the nation with 24 touchdowns. And yet we drafted another running back this year.
Mm-hmm. And Algier had a great year, didn't he? I mean, he was solid.
Set the Falcon rookie. He's the first Falcon rookie to get 1,000 yards. It's never happened in the history of the Falcons.
Really?
Not William Andrews, not Gerald Riggs, not Michael, not nobody.
How about Alti? What was that guy's name?
No rookie back has ever got 1,000 yards.
Oh, rookie back. I thought you meant running back. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, rookie. So, but okay, we got him. Now we're gonna have 2 running backs, 2 power drivers. But we still got to fill that offensive left guard need. We still got to fill that wide receiver need. We still got to fill a decent defensive lineman need. It's still there, but we got our 2nd round pick. Let's see what happens.
In fact, it sounds like you guys should have been in a bidding war for D-Hop. Because you know what?
Oh no.
He's getting too expensive, but he's got 2 more years. I'm not for your team though. Your team is putting together the inexpensive talents, and when they get good enough to get paid, then you pay them. So yeah.
But Ronbo, what surprised me was Seattle at that 5th pick taking Devon Weatherspoon, which that was my favorite cornerback coming out. I like the Christian Gonzalez too, but Seattle fooled everybody when they took Weatherspoon at 5.
And you know what? And with Pete Carroll, we probably shouldn't have been surprised. Carroll loves them DBs. He wants to rebuild the Legion of Boom, and you know it.
Yeah, he took 2 last year.
Yep.
Took those 2 kids last year. They passed on Jalen Carter, and then the other guy the guy I wanted to get was Tyree Wilson. The Raiders took him right before us at 7. I'm like, you dirty bastard.
God, now you got Max Crosby.
They're gonna put him on the other. They're gonna put him on the other side of Crosby. Yep.
And what was their biggest problem last year? They couldn't defend.
Yep.
They're addressing it now,
so
and they ain't done. This is the 1st round.
Yeah, they need some secondary help, but I'm still surprised at I know, like you said, Pete Carroll wants to rebuild the Legion of Boom. But Ronbo, what your team did to him 3 times, or we did to him in Carolina, they still can't stop the run. They need.
Maybe they plan on getting a good solid tackles tomorrow. You're right, because it doesn't make any sense. Anybody passing on y'all? Maybe they're running on you like crazy.
And Jalen Carter was right there. The best defensive lineman in the draft. They passed on him. But, Ronbo, they're going to need more than 1 defensive lineman. They're going to need more than 1.
Honestly,
you know that.
I do. And honestly, the Hawks have always been bizarre in the draft. When I think about how many years back I think about watching them draft, I don't know how they got as good as they did. Some of the players, maybe Pete Carroll and company made them better than they were coming out of the draft. But they pick players and you say, oh, well, why did they pick him? And then all of a sudden,
Richard Sherman was a 5th round pick out of Stanford.
And now look at him. Dude's on his way to the Hall of Fame, possibly 1st ballot.
So Seattle did good. They got the 2nd best corner in the draft and the most physical corner in the draft in Witherspoon, and they got the top receiver in the draft at 20. Kid from Ohio State. The best receiver in the draft went to Seattle.
And he was running through the slot with Tyler and Metcalf.
That's why they drafted remember those offensive tackles last year, the 1st round across.
That's why
that 3rd round of Lucas. I love that 3rd round of Lucas. He's nasty.
It made me. It was cause for me to pause. I tell you, man, I says, okay.
Yeah.
The Hawks are trying to compete, ain't they? The only thing we can say is they still got Geno. As 49er fans, that's all. They still got Geno.
And they still can't stop the run.
And then there's that.
Yeah. They haven't drafted in free agency. Let's see what they do day 2 or day 3 in the draft. Let's see, because they need defensive tackle, defensive end line help bad, or it's going to be another pounding.
Tony, they're going to start off fast. I got to feel that those teams, they'll start out 4-5-0. I already know it. Until I don't know when we play them, but
And Ronbo, to address this too, this goes just what I said. Lamar Jackson signs his contract, right?
Yeah.
He still didn't get all of it guaranteed.
I thought he
wouldn't last month. He is the highest paid at 260 mil, but only 185 of it's guaranteed.
What did he want?
Deshaun Watson's 230 is all guaranteed.
That's far below the Deshaun mark. But I understand the stipulations and other things that are affecting Deshaun Watson's contract. It's not exactly what it sounds like.
Right. Deshaun, the whole 230 is guaranteed. Lamar Jackson's is the highest at 260. I don't know what Kyler Murray's total is, but only 195 of his is guaranteed. So Kyler Murray's got more guaranteed money than Lamar Jackson did.
Lamar must have just got tired. I don't know. That's strange. Because you know what? No matter what, Lamar Jackson should be getting paid more than Kyler.
This will be Kyler Murray's last year in Arizona. You heard
Most
me say it
likely.
first. The guy can't play quarterback.
Doesn't want to study the plays.
No.
Come on. That's an excuse.
He's going to get his butt kicked.
Yeah.
He's going to get his butt kicked.
Him and Bryce.
And I didn't know he signed with Kansas City, Ronbo. I'm like, damn.
$10 million. I knew he was good. I didn't know how much he was going to get paid when he left, though. Damn. All right.
The rich got rich.
And that's why I think 49ers is going to pick up a defensive lineman tomorrow, just like Papa Dragon says, too. He's right. We're definitely going to be looking for a defensive. That's what Lynch does. That's his main. That's what Lynch loves to do. We can pick up this kid, and I'm pretty sure. And let's take a look at the film. Yeah.
There's a lot of tight end from Iowa that you wanted still out there because only 2 tight ends got drafted tonight.
Schnoemaker and Laporta are still out there. Tony?
Yep, still out there.
Yeah. All right. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'll look for you. Oh, here's the thing. What's his name? Kincaid. Now I wonder how that's going to impact Josh Allen. That's going to be interesting. We'll find out.
Okay, just a word for the Wild. I don't know if we're accepting phone calls, but we got 2 fourth-round picks and a third. Our second-round pick is pick 44. Since y'all got all those third-round picks, why don't y'all give us a phone call?
Yeah, they probably already have. All right, Tony. I'll see you.
Are you back tomorrow, sir?
Looking back tomorrow for sure.
Yes, sir. We'll do
right.
day 2 of the draft. But this is the most exciting part of the draft.
Oh, God, yes, because we didn't get to play today, so yeah. All right, Tony. You have a great night. Looking forward to hearing from you tomorrow.
The Rams ain't going to get to play tomorrow, at least through the second round.
Oh, Rams. Rudy! All right, Tony. Have a great night.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow, sir.
It's night. Hey, KC. KC. It is late, huh? What is it? 11 o'clock? 12?
Ronbo, man, can you come back to me, bud?
Oh, okay. Well, Casey's still awake. All right. Casey, looks like we're out of here. All right. Casey,
Ronbo, can you come back to me?
No, it looks like you were the last guy. We're taking off.
Oh, shoot. Okay, well, Ronbo, you know what, man? I'm kind of pressed for time right now. I just want to say shout out to Jeff Garcia. Shout out to you, Reverend Ronbo. And shout out to my man, Brunskill. I got to go right now, Ronbo. I love you, man. Thanks for holding the fort down.
I love you back, man. Take care of it. Make sure it works out. I'll see you tomorrow, then. You got to love that kind of thing, right? Guy comes in, he's hanging on, doing whatever, by a rock. This is not one of those fights, you get pushed over the cliff, you hold on by a rock on their phone. Listen, just north of the canyon, about a mile or two. I'm hanging on here by one hand. I don't know how long this rock's going to support me. Well, hold on a second. Ronbo's on the... Oh. Yo, hey, Ronbo, can I get back to you? Casey, man, you're my hero, dude. Go get him. Sam, thanks for the contribution tonight on both programs. I forgot to say so. And please, we have fun like this all the time as well as talking football. Please subscribe so we can find you when it's time to have a good time. And hit the like, please. I like likes, Sam. I mean, Trey and I are a little bit alike when it comes to sensitivities. I feel a little pain when how many likes do I got? I got a few. Okay. Thanks, fam. See tomorrow. Well, the 49ers are on the board. They're picking now. The pick is in. Yes. And